Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is a fantastic day to dive deep into the absolute chaos brewing in Port Charles. Grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's break down the madness together. The gavel is striking, the lies are compounding, and the momentum in Port Charles is just violently shifting. Everyone is backed into a corner, staring down impossible choices where one wrong move means losing their family, their freedom, or their lives. I cannot believe what I am watching right now. Seriously, am I the only one who is screaming at the television? I've been watching this show since 2015, and I swear, they are trying to give me a heart attack. I am sitting here typing this up at 2 a.m. because my brain will not shut off after reading these spoilers for August 3rd through August 21st. The absolute audacity of these writers. I mean, I love it, but I am also so incredibly stressed out. We need to talk about this immediately, because I am losing my mind over the sheer volume of secrets that are about to detonate all over the campus. Every single storyline is reaching a boiling point, and I just know we are going to be left picking our jaws up off the floor by the end of the month. So buckle up, because I have opinions, and I am not holding back tonight. Let's start with Elizabeth and Dante. I am so conflicted. Liz finds out that Dante used the power of his badge to bury evidence to protect Rocco. And what does she do? She keeps his secret. She is actually growing closer to him over a massive police cover-up. I know some people are loving this dynamic, but personally, I am terrified for her. Dante is a good dad, yes, and I completely understand why he wanted to protect his son from the fallout of the colony. But dragging Liz into this? It is a disaster waiting to happen. Elizabeth has been through enough trauma and legal nightmares in her life. She does not need to be an accessory after the fact to a police commissioner destroying evidence. But of course, they are bonding over it. It is like trauma bonding at its finest. They are practicing softball together, sharing these heavy glances, and building this intense trust. I mean, it is compelling television, but I am just waiting for the other shoe to drop. And of course, because nothing can just be simple, Rick Lansing is lurking in the background seething with toxic jealousy. Rick is watching Elizabeth and Dante bond over softball and shared secrets, and you just know he is going to revert to his absolute worst tendency. Remember when they tried this possessive Rick angle years ago? Yeah, it did not work out well for anyone then either. Rick has always had this dark, obsessive streak when it comes to the women in his life, and seeing Liz get close to Dante is pushing all of his buttons. I am dreading what Rick might do to blow this up. Will he uncover Dante's secret and use it as leverage? Will he try to sabotage Dante's career to get him away from Liz? Rick is a wild card, and a jealous Rick is a dangerous Rick. I just want Elizabeth to be happy, but with Rick hovering around, I know that is too much to ask. Okay, back to the point. Let's look at the actual legal nightmare happening in Curtis Ashford's trial is officially getting underway, and my stomach is in. I am so sorry, but how did we get here? Curtis is facing real, actual prison time because he slugged Isaiah Gannon in a moment of sheer rage. And now Isaiah is taking the stand to absolutely nail him to the wall. Isaiah is furious about his ruined hand, and he wants Curtis to pay. But hold on, Martin Gray is defending Curtis, and we all know Martin can spin a narrative like nobody's business. The spoilers say Martin is going to spin the conflict around on Isaiah, making him lose his cool on the stage. Yes. Give me that courtroom drama. I love watching Martin work his magic in front of a judge. But the stakes are so incredibly high. Curtis literally just brought baby Desmond home. If he gets a guilty verdict, he is separated from his newborn son, and Portia is left alone to raise him. I am praying for a not guilty verdict, but this show loves to torture Curtis, so who knows. The week of August 10 to 14 should bring the trial outcome, and I am going to be a nervous wreck watching it. Curtis has fought so hard to build a life and a family, and to see it all potentially ripped away because of one stupid, violent mistake is heartbreaking. I mean, Isaiah provoked him, sure, but Curtis crossed the line. Now it is all in the hands of a jury, and Martin Gray's ability to tear Isaiah's credibility apart. I am literally holding my breath, pivoting to something slightly happier, but ultimately doomed. We have to talk about Brook Lynn and Chase. They are celebrating a huge milestone, which has to be Phoebe's adoption becoming official. I want to be happy for them, I really do. They are so cute with that baby, and Chase has stepped up to be such an amazing father figure. But I cannot enjoy it, because Brook Lynn is sitting on a ticking time bomb. I mean, she confessed to Chase that she framed Willow for Jordan's crash, which was already a massive, horrible thing to do. But she conveniently left out the tiny, insignificant detail that she was the actual driver who fled the scene. I mean, come on, Brook Lynn, what are you thinking? You cannot just sweep a hit and run under the rug when you are married to a police officer. You cannot build a marriage and a family on a lie this massive. Chase is a dedicated, by-the-book. He is going to find out, and when he does, it is going to absolutely destroy them. I am literally dreading the moment this blows up in her face. So she is considering whether to confess that part to Chase, but we know she is going to drag it out until it is. She always does this. Brook Lynn's biggest flaw is that she digs herself into these impossible holes to protect herself, and then the cover-up ends up being worse than the. If she had just stopped the car when she forced Jordan and Curtis off the road, it would have been an accident. But fleeing? And then framing Willow? Chase is going to look at her like he doesn't even know who she is. I am bracing myself for the devastation. And speaking of terrible decisions and chaotic pairings, Ava Jerome is apparently feeling inspired and wants to form an alliance against Sunny. And who is she targeting as her new ally? Valentin Cassadine. Oh, I am so here for this. Valentin has his own beef with Sunny, especially since Sunny has been trying to use Brick to sabotage Valentin's romance with Carly. Ava and Valentin teaming up? The sheer amount of snark, elegance, and ruthless scheming in that room will be off the chart. They are both so incredibly calculating when they want to be. I know some fans think Sunny is untouchable, but if anyone can give him a run for his money, it is a motivated Ava Jerome and a brilliant Valentin Cassadine. I mean, can you imagine the dialogue between those two? It is going to be absolute gold. They both know exactly where Sunny's weak spots are, and they're definitely not afraid to play dirty to get what they want. Meanwhile, over at Deception, Serena Baldwin is about to launch a massive mess. Lucy Coe brought her in as a heavy hitter, and Serena is not playing around. She is making bold moves against Michael and Tracy. I love seeing Serena back on canvas. She has that classic Baldwin fire, and honestly, Michael needs to be taken down a peg. He has been acting like such a ruthless corporate raider lately, completely confusing his girlfriend. It is like, who even is Michael anymore? He is so focused on his long game against Willow that he is alienating everyone else. Jacinda is questioning his true intentions, and rightly so. Serena is going to shake things up at Deception, and I am grabbing my popcorn. Tracy and Michael think they have it all figured out, but Serena's going to throw a massive wrench into their plan. Wait, I need to pivot, because this next spoiler actually made me gasp out loud. Laura Collins is going to Ireland to visit Kevin and Ace, and she's going to get some disturbing news that affects her. The spoilers are hinting that Kevin might want a divorce. Excuse me? Are they seriously going to ruin Laura and Kevin? After everything they have been through together? The rumors are that Kevin might have met someone else and fallen hard for them while he has been away in Europe. If Kevin cheats on Laura, I will riot. I will literally write a strongly worded letter to the network. Remember when they did a similar storyline years ago with another legacy couple and it just felt so completely out of character? This feels exactly like that. Kevin and Laura are supposed to be the stable, loving anchor of the show. They are the ones who give sage advice to everyone else. Tearing them apart for cheap drama while he is off-screen in Ireland is just cruel to the fans who have invested years into their relationship. I am hoping it is a massive misunderstanding, but the spoilers look incredibly grim and I am preparing myself for heartbreak. Okay, let's talk about Josslyn. Our girl Josslyn Jax is about to meet Hudson Parker. Hudson is that mysterious, intimidating business executive who showed up at the MetroCorp pool and literally terrified Ethan Lovett into fleeing Port Charles. Now Hudson is crossing paths with Josslyn, and apparently, there is an attraction there. But Josslyn is a WSB agent now, and her investigative instincts are kicking in. She senses there is more to Hudson's story, and she is making him her new mystery to solve. I love Agent Josslyn. She is not just going to swoon over a handsome stranger. She is going to start digging into his past during the week of August 17 to 21. She is going to try to connect the dots between Hudson's sudden arrival and Ethan's frantic, speedy departure. The big question is, why is Hudson so interested in baby Phoebe? Is Hudson Phoebe's biological father? Or is Hudson working for someone else who is the real bio-dad? Ethan lied about the DNA test, we know that for a fact. He broke into the PCPD to steal cold case evidence just to fake a paternity test and claim Delilah's baby was his own. But why would he go to such extreme lengths? Who was he running from? Hudson clearly holds the key to this entire mystery, and his arrival has sent shockwaves through the canvas. Josslyn is going to unravel this entire paternity scam, and I cannot wait to see her take him down. But if she is genuinely attracted to him, things are going to get very complicated. Mixing business with pleasure is a classic WSB agent mistake, and Josslyn is walking right into the trap. She thinks she can handle a dangerous executive like Hudson, but he is clearly playing a much darker game than she realizes. Now, let's get to the biggest shocker of all. Jason. Jason is officially embracing a new direction. He has exited the mob. Let that sink in. Jason is no longer Sonny's enforcer. He is focusing entirely on Danny and his life with the quartermain. I am so emotional over this. Jason's trauma from the WSB black site has changed him fundamentally, and seeing him step up as a father is beautiful. He realizes that Danny needs him, and he is choosing his son over the violence and chaos of his past life. But it is so weird seeing Jason as the peacemaker. He is doing his best to push for peace in the family and trying to stop Drew Kane from launching more chaos. Jason, the voice of reason? It is a new era, folks, and I am completely here for it. But Drew Kane is a man on a mission, and Jason might not be able to control him. Drew is fully mobile, he has his voice back, and he is out for blood. Yes, Drew technically surrendered to Jack Brennan's blackmail demands. Brennan has the evidence of Drew's misappropriated funds, so Drew has to play nice on the surface. But underneath, Drew is seething. He is not going to let go of his intense resentment toward Willow and Nina. Willow literally drugged him and kept him locked in his own body. And Nina tried to drown him in the lake. Because you don't just forgive that because someone has a blackmail file on you. Drew is plotting something dark, and he is going to find a way around Brennan's leverage. I know some people are loving this villain era for Drew, but personally, I miss the old Drew. But whatever, this dark Drew is definitely keeping things interesting. Because of this, Willow is going to have threats coming at her from multiple angles. She had better watch out. Michael is playing a ruthless long game to take full custody of their children. Drew is plotting his scorched earth revenge for being paralyzed, and Brook Lynn has actively framed her for a hit and run. Willow is surrounded by enemies. Am I the only one who thinks she kind of deserves it at this point? She has been so manipulative and cold lately. She thought she could just drug her husband, divorce him, and walk away clean. Well, karma is coming for Congresswoman Kane, and it is coming fast. I know some people are still rooting for her, but I am ready to see her face the consequences. And finally, we have to talk about Trina Robinson. Trina is finally getting her life back on track. She signed a record deal with Geo, her showcase was amazing, and she is trying her hardest to distance herself from her parents' endless legal drama. But now, she has a stalker. The spoilers say this stalker is going to start making some disturbing moves sooner or later. Is it Simon, the sleazy music producer who wanted her to ditch Geo and sign a solo deal? Or is it Quinn, Kai's jealous former friend, who has been acting super creepy and watching her from across the room? Trina is headed down a dangerous road with her music career, and I am so scared for her. She deserves to be happy, not hunted. I just want one of these characters to catch a break, but I guess that doesn't make for good daytime television. Her stalker is escalating, and I have a terrible feeling that Trina is going to be in severe physical danger before the summer is over. Will Curtis survive his trial, and can Josslyn uncover Hudson's dark secrets before it's too late? Drop your craziest theories in the comments below, and hit that subscribe button for more updates.